If you are logging into my team today, this is what matters. Season 4 is live and well. We have new challenges. We have new thoughts on what's the best way to grind right now. Let's dive right in. We got a lot to cover. Daily challenges are here. They're not going anywhere. Get your free 5,000 MT. We do need to hop online today, so that should be fun. Maybe we'll play a few park games or an all-star team-up game just to knock that out. With this, of course, do your exhibitions. They're free, they're easy. I got a tough one here I can't quite do because I don't have a flash diamond, but I'm not buying one just for that. I do all the ones that I can. 4 challenges. Let's start on the Season 4 tab. The Beast Challenge is definitely worth it because it's a Hall of Fame option pack. So they've actually upgraded this. I got most of it done in Domination. I just need one more win to get that win streak. I bought a cheap Beast Diamond because those were more reasonable than the Amethyst, but try to get your hands on a Beast player. I already sold them back and pretty much broke even, so feel pretty good about that. But knock this out. If you haven't played the park, today's a great day because the daily challenge is also play multiplayer. Free Hall of Fame badge, we always take those. This one is very time sensitive. 1, 2, 3. I got the Pro Pass. That was the only $10 I'm putting towards the game this month. And I made sure to get the stats done with Gordon. That was a free Legend Legend badge pack. We took Lightning Launch. It was live on stream last night. Really happy with that. Don't feel like you need to skip levels. I never recommend skipping levels. Like we said, the level 40 grind is kind of the anchor of our season. It would be very nice to get another legend badge, but I think it's at least like 40, 50 bucks to skip all the levels. Really not worth it because you can do it for free. So go ahead and skip this one, but if you get the Pro Pass, definitely knock out the Gordon stats. Season 4 rewards, we evoed Maxi. These will come, pretty naturally. Once we unlock Cephalosha, I think he's level 10 or something, we'll make sure to get a steal. Really easy way to build rep, so nothing too crazy there. And then this is just for you to monitor your season grind. We will be diving into some of these modes here, not salary cap, but even if you don't get the mode completion, the 250 wins in each mode to get that completion piece, there's plenty of rewards along the way. I very likely will get at least 75 clutch time games, so I'll get some Hall of Fame badge packs, some other nice ones. Keep an eye out for these prize balls because if you have multiple prize balls, they make you quick sell them. They already gave us one prize Season 4 ball. Luckily, I popped it because today when you log in, they give you another Season 4 prize ball. And if you have duplicates, they're going to make you quick sell it. So before you win 5 clutch time games, make sure you don't have a Season 4 prize ball in your inventory. Luckily, they made this a 5 triple threat games, a ruby ball. So hopefully there's no issue there. But they're giving a lot of Season 4 prize balls. You don't want a duplicate of that. For weekly challenges, nothing new. One more day for this Tyrese Halliburton. He's still worth getting. This is a card collecting mode. Collect as many cards as you can. I do recommend you grab them. This should happen naturally. We played 13 games yesterday between everything, so we'll get this done today. Brandon Roy's coming home. Hopefully an Easter egg showing that more wild gem exchanges are coming. The back of my head, I'm like, they're giving us one free diamond wild gem. Maybe that's to give us a little taste, and then they're going to drop a huge exchange that needs a bunch of diamond wild gems, and they're like, well, we gave everybody one free one to put you on the right path. Maybe that's just me doing some wishful thinking, but yes, no new challenges in that. Really focusing more on the Season 4 tab for now. This will kind of take care of itself unless you need to prioritize that Halliburton. And then we do have the signature challenge. We haven't done it yet. Free Hall of Fame badge. It's there all season, so at some point make sure you do that. For the modes, we have some updates, and I think we have our mindset on what we're going to grind first. So like I said, you can get a season exchange piece from really almost any mode in here besides salary cap and domination and king of the court. But make your choice between showdown, breakout, park, and team up on which one do you think is going to be most effective to get your piece. And let's talk about Breakout first. So there's two different modes. We have the regular Breakout board where you need to get to the second level by playing 3 hometown lineup teams in a row. I got lucky here. There's 4 to start. That's kind of rare actually. So I would play 3 hometown lineup games in a row, unlock the portal, get to the second board, and then make my way to the prizes. And one of the prizes will be that Season 3-4 exchange token, which you need to get 13 of those to get a Season 4 exchange piece. It is worth it to do it in this mode, arguably the most rewarding mode to do it in, just because of all the rewards you get along the way. It's not necessarily the fastest though, it's probably like the second or third fastest if you just want to focus on this. But the other option is in the gauntlet, and I know a lot of you guys are doing it, and you need about 250 to 300 cards, and you just play a game at a time and work your way all the way up. And one thing to note, if you're starting fresh in the season, you need to come and end the run, because you can see right now, if I grinded this completely, I would only be getting a Hall of Fame badge pack, and that's not what we want. So I will go ahead and end this run, reset it. Now, when I go all the way down to the bottom, it's going to be for that Season 4 exchange piece. If you want a piece as fast as possible, this is technically the quickest way to do it. It seems like a lot of games, but you can knock this out in roughly 8 to 12 hours, depending how fast you play. Keep in mind, when you use a card, you can't use it twice. So these first games, really make sure you're just using your kind of worst cards. Like I would come in and use all my gold cards for this first 2 sections. Especially if you're low on cards. I'm up at 539, so I should be fine. I completed this when I had like 280 cards, so more than enough cards now. But when you're going through, be strategic who you use. Each game does have a challenge, and if you complete the challenge, you'll get 1 random card back that you can use again. So that can kind of stretch it out a little bit more. But if you're thinking of ways to get that Season 4 exchange piece, Breakout either in the gauntlet or in traditional Breakout is definitely worth it and rewarding. And I think what my strategy will be is take care of Domination, because I am really excited about this All-Star Domination. And I'm going to make my way through it. I've already played 5 games. One thing to note is these crest challenges. These crest challenges are unique stats. One is, okay, for this game, MVP Kevin Garnett, 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block with a player. There's been times where it says 3 different stats, and it lets you get each stat with a different player. So you could get 37 points with 1 player, 9 rebounds with 1 player, and 1 block with a different player. Not the case for these challenges. You need to get the 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block all with the same player. I did learn that the hard way on the stream last night. I had to get 3 blocks and 16 points with one of the games, and we got 3 blocks with Alonzo Mourning, but I got the 16 points with somebody else. So we had to replay that game. Not the best feeling. So when you're doing this, definitely prioritize these crest challenges. They are absolutely worth it. But just make sure you read the fine print. This one's pretty straightforward. 52 points with with a player to just match. It could be any player. It doesn't have to be Anthony Davis. So that's just one stat. So just make sure you get the 52 points. But these ones, like right here, 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 dunks. Just make sure you do it with the same player. So we'll be grinding through Domination. I'm excited for all these rewards. Jason Richardson will be coming home. He'll be great on the lineup. Our lineup's going to change a lot this season, which I'm excited about. But the creme de la creme is that Doc Rivers, and we're going to highlight him right now because I just want to, dive into how good he is. And so if you do all the crest challenges, you're getting what I think is the best coach in the game. And we'll come back to the seasons, but I do just want to take a quick moment to check out Doc because he is an amazing coach. So he's going to have all the high levels, level 4 for unlocking some of those coaching points, and level 5 down there at the 4th one. I don't have that unlocked yet. A lot of people don't, but if you do, that's huge. But look at the stat boosts. First off, everybody on your team gets Hall of Fame off-ball pest. That's going to be really nice. But then the stats, driving layup, 3-point, perimeter, block, driving dunk, and agility. That pretty much clicks 4 out of the 5 key stats that we're always really interested in. Size and speed, well, he can't impact size, he's a coach, but he gives us agility, which is huge. And then defense, dunking, and threes. Driving dunk, perimeter defense, and 3-point shot. with a little sprinkle of driving layup on top. This is a really good coach. So if you have the time, I would definitely prioritize Domination. He is worth it. The rewards are worth it. Between it all, this is a very rewarding mode. And I know a lot of people are talking about it. So at this point, we're kind of just thinking of what do we prioritize. This is one of the top things for me personally. And then I will dive into Breakout. It's one of the reasons I highlighted it today. I'm debating between going through the gauntlet and going a bit faster, or just going through the board and getting a bit more rewards. We'll ponder that as we play Domination, but I'll definitely start getting into Breakout. And I'm lining up my shots because we do need to think about what are we going to take. With the Pro Pass, I'll have my choice of one of the top players. And I'm going to choose Jaden McDaniels, probably like 95%. Sure, I'll choose Jaden McDaniels. So with that extra piece, I'm really starting to lean towards this Hidden Gems pack. And here's why. There's a lot of good cards in there. Let's take a look at all the Galaxy Opal Hidden Gems. First off, there's only 51. So compared to, some of the other hidden gem chances like 78 pink diamonds, a lot more variants. There's only 51, and some of these names are amazing. We have LeBron James in here, Joel Embiid. I mean, if you're a Curry fan, Carmelo. There's some really good wins that you can get from this piece. Kevin Durant, are you kidding me? Like, that would be insane. A Galaxy Opal Kevin Durant. Andre Karolinko, I'm really excited to see what people start pulling out of here. Like, this Hakeem is so good. Look at his three-point shot. Anytime you have a Hakeem that can shoot, he's a top card. Even Shaq would be fun. I don't think they gave this Galaxy Opal a 3. They didn't, but he's going to be dangerous in the key. That could be a fun card, even if he's not super meta. Some really good cards in here. There's a couple misses. If you're not a Brunson fan, realistically, pulling him out of this might be a little underwhelming. There's probably a couple others you wouldn't be too excited about. But at the same time, I think you have almost a 50% chance of getting someone really good. So I'm very tempted on that Hidden Gems pack, especially considering from the Pro Pass, I'll get one of those guaranteed players. But think about it, whatever makes the most sense for you, there is, a lot of good options here. If you can only get one piece this season, you don't have the Pro Pass, I would probably lean towards getting one of these 5. Just take the guaranteed really good player. These 5 are better than many of those hidden gems, but there's definitely some hidden gems that do outclass this 5. So it'd be a bit of a risk, but it could be fun. Either way, I think we have some really good stuff to grind, and I would prioritize getting at least one piece, if not 2. So for us to start, we will focus on Domination, play some Breakout, try to get a piece there. And then, the game always pushes you to play online from dailies and things like that. We'll chip away at Park and team up. And if we get kind of some momentum on 1 or 2, maybe we sneak another piece out. But for me, most seasons I'm getting 1 or 2 pieces. I'm not stretching myself too thin. But it's up to you. And, if you're really strategic, you can get 2 or 3 pieces this season. It wouldn't be too hard, especially because you can kind of double dip. If you're grinding Breakout, and you're either Breakout, you're gonna start, stacking up a bunch of triple threat and clutch time wins. So you could get a piece in Breakout, get a piece in Gauntlet, and then that would probably get you like almost 150, 200 triple threat and clutch time wins. You would just need to grind a few more to get, 3 or 4 pieces. So if you're really offline grinding, definitely an opportunity to get quite a few pieces that way. And the rewards are pretty much worth it because you could come in and get, 2 of these guys and then still spend a piece on a hidden gem and then still maybe get legend badges. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm grinding this season, they did give us a lot to grind for. Just stay after it a day at a time. If you only get 1 piece, of course, that's fine. But between getting just a piece and doing Domination, you could really improve your overall account, which is great. So in my opinion, a great start to season 4. With that, keep grinding. No new crazy challenge today or anything. Just stay on top of this tab and start diving into one of the modes, whatever it might be. Of course, Park is a lot of fun. It's a great way to meet people. We met a new subscriber. I think his name is Davi. So he was down in Brazil playing with us. It's a lot of fun just to get in the community. I always recommend be positive on the mic, try to meet some people. You'd be surprised. I know sometimes it can be rough out there, but there's also a lot of really cool people that play this game. So have some fun if you are hopping online and bring a positive attitude, and you might be surprised, some of the cool people you meet. Of course, sometimes you meet some people having a bad day, but a lot of times you can meet some really cool people. So definitely recommend that. Now let's start thinking about the auction house and some of these new cards. So one day in, we're starting to settle into the beast set. Overall, good set. A little top heavy. We have Tim Duncan, one of the best cards in the game. Looks like he's going for around 4 mil. Not too bad. I'm curious how that compares to Kawhi's price. These sets do have a lot of similarities, just not necessarily position, but just depth and breakdown. 2 dark matters, 4 galaxy opals. So you can see Kawhi might be sneaking down a little bit. I suspect Tim Duncan's will be as well. Always risky to buy the high-end cards right when they release. Even the Scotty will probably keep trickling down. Like, he's well over $1 million right now. I don't see him staying there. I think he'll be more of a 700 to 800,000 card relatively soon. So if you want one of the new top beasts, I do recommend waiting a bit. But down below, these cards are starting to settle in. A few cards we could highlight. This Michael Ray Richardson actually looks like a lot of fun. I play with some guys, shout out Uder, who's, defensive specialist. If you want to play that lock role, this guy's really good. Insane defense, 96 perimeter, 92 speed, probably needs some playmaking and shooting badges. But for a specific role, this card's really good, and he's not very expensive. I mean, look at this price. He's super cheap. This could be one where we look to bid on, make a little MT. Looks like he's selling around 17, 15. Maybe could go up when he's out of packs. Bit of a specialist, so could make a few bids on that. This Chris Kamen's not super meta, but he's a big boy, and he actually can shoot, especially with a coach. That three-point really could be sufficient. Probably not as good as Ilgauskas, but his price is significantly less and starting to settle in the 40s. You can bid him in the 30s, probably can make some profit. So the new set's been, it's still brand new on the top side, but some of these cards are settling in. Everyone's really excited about this Anthony Black card. He's still on bid, but there's so many up. So I do see him becoming a buyout, sooner than later. I think I even saw one on like 100K buyout. Some people are listing the bid below 100K because I'm guessing if you list him on 100K current bid starting, he probably isn't selling that often. So wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more and more of those on buyout. And a very comparable card is that Dyson Daniels, who's not quite on buyout, but he's getting to a very similar place, like 53 seconds. I don't even know if anyone's going to bid on that. So if you're really trying to move a Dyson Daniels, you might need to put him on buyout or start him at a bid below 100K. But as a buyer, that's exciting. Now there's going to be, more and more kind of budget Dyson Daniels out there. I think a few of these jumpstart diamonds are in a good spot, like this Nas Reed. His price has kind of stabilized and even gone up. He was in the mid 20s. He snuck up closer to the mid 30s. I think there's value here. He could kind of trickle up. And we've seen it with some of the other older diamonds. I'm really amazed by the 2 of the guys we've kind of honed in on. This Buzelis, he's just held his price so well. All these new cards coming out. Buzelis is still at 60, 70K. So if you can snipe him anywhere in the 40s, he's definitely worth it. And really same with Bailey. He's a little bit closer to 50, but we're still bidding on cards like these. Just understand their floor, and some of them have gone down a little bit, but that's why it's important to day trade. You get a good deal on bid, just put them right back up, because their price kind of, it can fluctuate 10K here and there with the new sets. Like Dinwiddie was pretty consistently 40 to 50. Now we see ones popping up that might even be a snipe, in the 30s. So if I'm bidding on him, I'm more looking at that 28 to 33 range now, as opposed to that 33 to 37. But just have your range, and there's always more and more cards to move and groove on. Some of these pink diamonds are so much closer to buyout or just consistently buyout. This is a great card. If we're confident he can sell consistently in the 70s, we can come in here and bid really up to 60 on this dude, and you'd be surprised some of the bids you're going to win. So that's my strategy right now, settling back into my day trade mindset, finding those meta cards from past sets that have really stabilized, and just working the bids to try to find some good deals. That's a great way to do it. With the new set Amethysts, Garza didn't quite move like we were hoping. He didn't have the same action that Cockbrenner did. And we were a little hesitant on this guy just because we knew Cockbrenner was a bit better. Maybe his price goes up as scarcity, happens. Right now, there's just still a ton on the market. But we had great action on Cockbrenner. He's already kind of settled back down to around 5. Hopefully he bounces back up with scarcity, but he had a really nice peak at around 7. So if you got him from 2 to 4, you should have been able to make some nice profit. and talking about the new set. Is there an amethyst that fits the mold? Right now, people are very high on this AO, fun name to say. You can see his price has stayed a little bit higher. Some of these amethysts have already gone down well below 10K. His is a bit higher, so we will definitely monitor this. For day trades, if you can get him, 7K-ish, looks like there's really none being listed for much below 8. So he probably sells really quick at like 8, 7.5 to 8. Try to bid him around 6, but it wouldn't be surprised if this price does keep trickling down. So make that a day trade. And then just keep an eye on him as we get closer to Friday, next Friday, that is. His price should hit a low. And if he really is that budget beast that people are, kind of claiming, 6'5" at the point guard, he has some really nice animations. Stats don't jump off to me, but he has a ton of badges, 26 badges. So it's definitely a good budget card. This is one that's on our radar. Maybe towards Thursday, Friday, we try to grab 4 or 5, maybe a little more, just to make a little profit. So always keep in mind the new set and the price fluctuations that come with that, and then keep hunting those past set meta cards. Like Okongwu is another good example. His price has really stayed steady. We saw a dip in the market. He was down in 40s. Man, I should have bought 10 of these guys. I mean, the cheapest one is in the 70s now. He's still a really good card. So we were able to make plenty of MT when we were flipping this guy. But it's just a good example. Some of these meta cards can really hold their value, even though they take a little dip from new sets. And it's just a matter of, finding those hidden gems, no pun intended. What ones from this jumpstart set might see long-term usage and have a steady price? Dyson Daniels does fit that mold, but we still need to see his price get a bit lower at a certain point when he's a buyout. People will be using this card for a while, so we can move and groove on him. But I'm eyeing cards like Naz Reid, this Nickel Alexander Walker, really fun card and good player in real life. He's a great price to move and groove on. We're confident he can sell low 30s, maybe high 20s. So I'm just keeping an eye on him, looking for bids, and doing that with my list of 10 to 15 cards that I'm comfortable with their price and think I can make some MT on. Other than that, always feel confident moving and grooving in here with different filters. We've highlighted wild gems with certain teams that have exchanges related to them. Hopefully more exchanges coming soon. We will have to see. And then of course the dynamic duos. We've highlighted the Queen and the Shaq and the Kenny. I'm still highly invested in them. Another dynamic duo I'm starting to get a little bit interested in is this Garland one. Not nearly as meta, but this Garland price has really fluctuated. See a lot of them around 9 and 10, but then the scarcity hits and he's closer to like 20. So again, just knowing what dynamic duos are going to be used. Of course, the most meta one right now is Queen and Fears, and their prices, really kind of taking a big jump, and they're very, very rare. Few more Queens, but even around 50, these could be good buys and flips. Not looking like he's selling at 80, but I wouldn't be surprised if Queens go for 60, so if you're thinking of being a bit riskier, buy both of these, come list them at 60, you make 4,000 MT pretty quick. Definitely an option. Keep an eye on dynamic duos as well and other filters. There's more and more pink diamond WNBA players. That method is still working for me. Just be careful, make sure there's not, too many. Even the one from the recent set, this 'Tis the Season, she's gotten really rare. I mean, there was a ton of these in like the 40 to 50 range. Now she's sitting at 70. You just gotta wonder, what's gonna happen with like Jumpstart pink diamonds, because there was a bit more of them. Let's see if I can find, what am I looking for? Jumpstart, pink diamond, WNBA. And I wish you could filter by just WNBA. So it'd be a little bit hard to filter out, but I am curious, maybe we'll just go straight to the collection, because I do think there's some value here. I don't know why these WNBA players just hold their value, but they do. Here's a couple like Cheyenne. You can see she's pretty rare. And let's see what's going on. Oh, that's a diamond. So keep an eye on pink diamond WNBA players. For whatever reason, they're just rare enough. And I'm guessing for lock-ins, you can lock in for a legend badge. It really isn't enough to move the needle in my opinion. But if Kayla Thornton's out there on below 70k, there's really no reason she shouldn't bump up, similar to some action we're seeing from past season pink diamond WNBA players. So just another strategy to try to pick up on trends and see if you can make some MT on that. With that, day 2, season 4, hopefully you're building up MT, building out the collection. Let's check up the lineup. I feel pretty good about this lineup. I think there's definitely room for improvement, but we have some cards, already coming down the pipe. or I know I'm going to get Jaden McDaniels. He's going to slide in perfectly at small forward for me. I know I'm going to get Jason Richardson. I think he's going to be a really good backup shooting guard. I think between him and Kamara, I have my bench shooting guard really sorted. May look to upgrade and get like a really elite shooting guard at some point, and Ray could be like backup point guard. I do like this Dylan Harper, but we may eventually upgrade this as well. And then the season of giant centers is coming. So Mobley has been getting a little bit, pushed around by some of the bigger players. He's probably more of a power forward. So we may look to upgrade center at some point. But I know I'm getting Russell Westbrook, so starting point guard is going to be great. I know I'm getting Jaden McDaniels. Small forward is going to be great. I'm also going to add Jason Richardson, so shooting guard is going to look really good. If Mobley goes to power forward, I got to feel pretty good about power forward. So now I'm like, well, if I get a really good center from the Hidden Gems pack, or maybe, I make a big purchase, and if I am eyeing a purchase, it would probably be a center. So that's what's so fun when you have a really strong rewards team. This team could compete right now, but really with one major purchase, it could upgrade this team to borderline tier B, maybe even tier A, a really, really good squad. So lining it up, we'll see what kind of adjustments we make, but that's what's fun. Just keep building out lineups, keep adding cards to your collection. We have a lot of stuff to grind, so just stay at it day at a time, and appreciate everybody. Like and comment, it really, really helps the channel. Subscribe if you can, and I appreciate y'all. I hope everybody has a great day. Much love and peace.